these computations, we're going to be thinking of doing computations from a numerical or maybe like an arithmetic perspective. So suppose we're given two values. F of negative 2 is equal to 5, and g of negative 2 is equal to 3. We could do some computations with that. I also want to show you that sometimes our numerical data, if it's not given to us this way, it might be given to us like in a chart. Here's x and f of x. So this tells us when x is negative 2, f of x is equal to 5. And then we might be given a chart that corresponds to g as well. This information tells us that when x is negative 2, g is equal to 3. So you might be given information in this form or in this chart form. Either way, if we're adding f plus g of negative 2, notice that should be f of negative 2 plus g of negative 2. Our information tells us that f of negative 2 is 5, g of negative 2 is 3. Add them together, we get 8. If you were subtracting, notice this would be f of negative 2 minus g of negative 2. And the values we have would be 5 and 3. Subtract the 2, you get 2. If we're doing multiplication, f times g, we would just be doing f of negative 2 times g of negative 2. f of negative 2 is 5. G of negative 2 is 3. 5 times 3 is 15. And if we were dividing, this would again kind of gets boring now. We're just taking f of negative 2 dividing g by g of negative 2. So that'll give us 5 divided by 3, which is 5/3.